everyone, welcome to my first yoga video. So this is going to be mainly focusing on your lower body. A few movements, a few stretches. Any of the stretches you find difficult or you don't think that you can do, you can always modify them. I'll try and give you an easier version if I can. So just start standing. If you have a mat, that's great. If not, you can just use the floor, but maybe put a towel down, just something for your knees. Just start standing nice and straight. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. You can gently close your eyes. Imagine that you've got roots growing from your feet down into the floor. And then someone is lifting from the very top of your head and pulling you towards the ceiling. So you're standing tall, standing strong. Lengthening your spine and just breathing easy. Taking an inhale with your arms up to the ceiling, and exhale, just bring the arms back down. Good, inhaling up again, exhaling down. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing and then you can follow. So we're going to inhale up. Exhale, we're going to go down, keeping a bend in the knees. Inhale, we come up to halfway. Notice my back is flat. Exhale, come down again, soft knees. And then inhale all the way up. And bring the hands down in front of the heart. We're going to repeat that again. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, bring yourself all the way down, soft knees. Let your head relax. Inhale, come up halfway, so straighten the legs. Push the heels into the floor. Lengthen the back. So again, pulling the head forwards. You should feel this down the back of the legs. Exhale, fold down, soft knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands come down to the heart. Make this a little bit stronger this time. We're going to repeat. Inhale to come up, really reach up with the arms. Exhale, come all the way down, straight legs this time. As low as you can go. Even if you're here, don't worry, but just try and let everything relax down. Feel that stretch down the back of the hamstring. Again, on an inhale, come up halfway. Make sure you're supporting yourself on your legs. It can be on the thighs, the shins, or can even be on the floor, but make sure your back is straight. And again, that nice lengthening through the top of the head. Good. Exhale down, straight legs. And then inhale, bend the knees all the way up. Hands come down to the heart. We're going to do the same thing now, but we're now going to take the legs a little bit wider. So a little bit kind of wider than your hips. Feet can point out slightly, but it will depend on you as an individual. If you don't feel the stretch that much on the inner thigh, maybe you can try a different position with your feet, further out or in. I'll start this one facing forward. So same thing, we're going to inhale up. Exhale, come down, soft in the knees. Come up to about halfway, again, straighten the legs. Support the upper body by putting your hands onto your shins. Keep that back straight. Pull from the top of the head. Exhale, go down, soften the knees. And inhale, we come all the way up. And hands down to the heart. Same thing again, keep those feet wide. You can always move and change your position if you need to. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold down, straight legs. On an inhale, come up again halfway, flat back. Push your heels into the floor. Exhale, come down. Bend the knees, inhale, come all the way up. Step the feet together, bring the hands down in front of the heart. And just take a moment for that all to settle. Feel any differences in your hips, in your hamstrings, in your thighs. Good, now from here, we're going to step the right leg back and come down into a low lunge position. We will have done some of these in class, so take your foot forwards a little bit. Again, we're thinking about pushing the hip bones forwards, but notice that my knee is not in front of my toes, so we get that nice 90-degree angle. You should feel that stretch down the front of your thigh, so top of the hip. The more you engage the core and push the hips forwards, the bigger that stretch will be. We're now going to shift the weight backwards, start to straighten that front leg. If you can, lift the toes, but it's not essential. And then come down again. If you can't come all the way down, you can lean on the top of the thigh, but just avoid the knee. Really strong stretch for hamstrings. Good, we're going to come forwards again. So push the hips forwards. We're going to bring the arms in this time if we can. Bring the arms up. Really lift and open that chest towards the ceiling. Push those hips forwards, not just down. Good, bring the hands down. Start to straighten that front leg again, lifting the toes. Really let that stretch move all the way up the back. The more you lift your toes, the more you sink the hips into that stretch, the bigger it'll be. Good, staying on this leg, come back to your low lunge position. This might be a little bit strong for some of you, so if it is, you can stay with this stretch here. Put your hands down, we're going to lift the back knee, bring it in slightly. We're now going to straighten the front leg, so we've got this nice strong triangle. Again, you can use your hands to support here. If you want a little bit stronger, you can come to the hips and you can hold here. So we're really using those legs, pushing down into the floor, squeezing in the core and still lengthening from the top of the head. But again, you can stay here, supporting from the floor. Good, bend that front knee, drop the other one down to the floor, and we're going to change legs. So left foot is forwards. So again, get that nice kind of low lunge position, pushing the hips forwards until you feel that stretch down the front of the thigh. Again, we're just taking it slightly easier on the first one. If you find your foot is here, again, just give it a little bit of a shuffle forwards. And this is the area we're focusing on. You shouldn't feel anything in this knee. Again, we're going to start to shift the weight backwards, straighten that front leg, lift the toes if you can, bring the arms down. Again, if you need to, you can always move this front foot. It's not stuck in place. Good, same thing, start to move the weight forwards. Push into that hips. Remember, the hip bones push forwards. So we're not just sinking down into the hips, we're driving them forwards. We can now bring up the hands, open the chest, push that front foot down into the floor, lift the chest up. Good, coming down again, straighten that front leg, lift the toes. Again, really get that nice long stretch up the back of the leg. Again, the stronger version now, so come forwards. Again, you can stay in that first position. If you want something a bit more, lift that back knee, bring the foot closer, straighten that front leg. We've got that nice triangle pyramid shape. You can stay down here. Again, if you want something a bit stronger, straighten the back, push the feet, the heels into the floor. Again, you can stay down here, completely up to you. Good, step together and just give the legs a little bit of a shake. If you do have a mat, I would recommend doing this next one on the floor because you want a nice solid surface. We're going to do a balance. Now it's really important with balancing, try and fix a point for you to look at into the distance. But don't be afraid if you need to have a wall or something close by to hold on to, doesn't matter. So we're going to take the left leg and we're going to place it on top of the right knee. If this is too difficult, we have done this one, you can do it lying down, so you can always do that version instead. But if you can, we're going to start to sit the hips down into the stretch. You can keep your hands in a prayer position in front of the heart. You can have them on your hips. Again, you can use the wall to stable yourself or a chair, but we really want to feel that stretch through the hip and in your bum as well. Good, slowly come up, give that leg a little bit of a shake, and we change over. So same thing, this time we're going to take the right foot, cross it over onto the knee. Make sure it's above the knee joint so we're not putting pressure directly onto the knee. And again, slowly start to sit into that position. Again, pushing that lower foot down into the floor, engaging through the core, so squeeze the stomach and breathe. Good, slowly we come out of this position. Again, give the legs a little bit of a shake. We're going to come down now into a seated position. So if you find it difficult sitting on the floor, you can actually sit on a cushion or something just to help you raise up slightly, and it will help you get your legs more open. We're going to take the soles of the feet and place them together. If you're like me as well, you might have to move some chunky bits out the way. So you should feel these two kind of sit bones in your bum. You should be able to feel them connect to the floor. And you're going to feel this stretch on the inner thigh. If you can, place your hands around your ankles or your feet, but again, you can use your shins. By gently pulling the feet towards you, you're going to pull your shoulders back. So as much as possible, we don't want to be sitting like this. You want to pull the shoulders back and stick the chest forwards. So it really gives us a nice stretch through the shoulders and the inner thigh as well. Keep it holding there. Take a few nice deep breaths. If you would like a little bit more, you can start to lean the body forwards, placing your hands or even your forearms down on the floor. And then this might start to get a little stretch into the lower back as well. But again, take it nice and slow and stop wherever you need to. The more you relax and breathe into these postures, the more your body will let you fall into them further. You never need to fight it, it should just happen on its own if we relax. Good, slowly coming up. Bring the knees in nice and easily. You can use your hands if you need to. Now, if you have a belt or a resistance band or something like that, you can use that at this one. Even if you don't, you can use a towel or a jumper, just something that you can hold on to. So we're going to place the legs straight out in front. Again, if you find it difficult sitting in this position, add a cushion or two underneath your hips, and it will just help you straighten your legs a little bit more. So we're now going to take the band, place it around kind of the ball of the foot, so just under the toes. And we're going to start off. You want to keep your legs straight. Let's move back a bit so you can see. Keep your legs straight. Nice bit of pressure on the band. And I want you to imagine you're taking your chest towards your toes. So we don't want rounding down. We want back straight and chest forwards. Use that band to support, keep the pressure on. It's a strong stretch. If you keep your back straight, you're really going to get the most out of it. Again, keep pushing, pushing, pushing that chest forwards. Ease off just for a moment. If you need to, give your legs a little shake. We're going to go in with that one more time. So again, keep that nice pressure. Start to pull the chest forwards. When you find that position where you really get the best stretch or you can't go any further, just hold there. And just see what happens, see how it feels. Gently releasing. You can just place the band out of the way to one side. And next we're going to come back into our low lunge position. So we're going to go right foot forwards first. But this time I want you to take your right foot further out to the side. So if I can show you from the front. This is our normal lunge. Want your foot out to the side. So for this one, with that wide, slightly wider stance, we're still going to push the hips forwards. We're going to take the hands down towards the floor. So if you see, my knee is still in line with my foot. It's in line with my hands. And you should really get a big, deep stretch within that hip on the other side. So you should feel it more on the left side. Really push those hips down towards the floor. If you're feeling really flexible and a bit cheeky today, you can lift the back knee. And really think about pushing that left heel backwards. It's a strong stretch, but so good for your hips. If you're feeling really, really cocky this morning, you can even lift your right arm and take a twist. If not, just keep your hand down. Good. Slowly bring down the hand, bring down the knee. We're going to bring that right foot back and do the same on the other side. So left foot comes forwards. Again, moving that left foot further out to the side, so away from the line of the body. Pushing the hips forwards. Again, take the hands down. Push the hips down into the floor. So again, should be feeling this quite a lot in this hip on the right side. Again, if you want, you can lift that back knee. Push that right heel back, 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 back. So we're pulling the body in two different directions. Again, if you really want to, take that left arm, reach it up to the ceiling, so we're pulling up. Good, hand comes down, knee comes down. Just take a moment to sit back into child's pose. I know you know this one. Let the hips rest as we have one more trick in store. Okay, so last stretch is we've done a lot of hips and hamstrings. We're going to do a little bit more on the quads and the glutes in this last one. So it's a variation on pigeon pose, which again, I know you guys have probably done. If you need a bit of help with part of this, make sure your band is nearby or your towel or whatever. So we're going to go right leg first. So you can come from an all fours position, bring your right knee forwards, and then take the foot slightly across, so your foot is now under the body. And then you can use the back leg, wiggle it down until you're kind of sitting in the middle. If you feel like you're falling off to one side, maybe bring your foot a little bit more to the center. If you're too far across, you might feel like you're going to fall to one side. You can even put a cushion under that side if it will help. So we're in our pigeon position. We're going to stay up high. Now we've done pigeon before, so I thought I'd add something a little bit different. Use your band if you need to, but with your right hand, you're going to reach back and take hold of that leg that's behind you. So it's the right hand to the left leg. So we're getting a bit of a twist in there as well. Again, you can do the same thing if you've got a band. You can place it around the foot and you can pull it this way. Or if you can do it with your hand, just pull it in close. Good, we're going to release that foot there. You're going to come forwards. Lift the back knee, help you slide that foot out. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So left leg comes forwards. Oh, this is making me warm. So left leg comes forwards. Again, sit the hips down. So you're going to feel this through your bum, through your hips. Staying upright. Once we feel that stretch kind of ease a little bit, we're going to take the left hand, reach back for the right foot. Wait, no, yeah, the right hand for the left foot. I'm not good at left and right. So yeah, it's my right hand reaching for my left foot. As long as you're doing the one that you haven't done already, it's fine. Again, remember you can use your band if you need to. Good, releasing here. We're going to come up into a downward facing dog, so slide that foot out. You want a nice wide stance, so pushing the chest towards your thighs, heels down towards the floor. And then dropping the knees down. We're going to finish with child's pose. So drop the head, let the arms relax. Nice and slowly walk your hands, bring up the body nice and slow. Last big inhale up, Exhale, hands down in front of the chest. And just take a few breaths here. Feel any differences in the body from when you started. Maybe there's a lot, maybe there's none. Maybe you feel a bit warmer. Maybe like me, you're a little bit sweaty. Nice. And namaste. Thank you so much everyone, and I'll see you soon.